Welcome to Module 3 of AAC's Professional Development Training. We appreciate your willingness to participate in these short modules designed to familiarize you with some of our daily practices and concepts. There will be a short quiz at the end for you to complete, but don't worry too much about the score. This presentation and the quiz should take you about 15 to 20 minutes to complete. So if you're ready, let's begin.
Hello, everybody. Today, this presentation is about AAC's responsiveness culture. Responsiveness, as you know, is an extremely important part of our culture, as discussed in the previous presentation. Our agenda today is to talk about listening and caring, Siri and Amazon, Row and attitude, who are you responsive to, what is responsiveness, wasting time, responsiveness policy, being a professional, communication patterns, unexpected events, and responsiveness as a necessity in business. An author, Sharon Well, has said, in order to be effective, be responsive. In order to be responsive, listen. And if you're being responsive, the other person knows you are paying attention and you actually care enough about what he or she is talking about. I'm sure you know these symbols here. This is Siri and this is Amazon. It's 2019. Siri, you can get the weather within 3 seconds. Amazon can deliver packages within hours. If this is the case, you can be responsive, and responsiveness is necessary in the world of business. As you know, we are a results-only work environment. We work remotely. Again, we're going to have another presentation specifically about Row after this one. In a Row, in our DLI projects, as you know, we work remotely. No one is watching you. And if you work remotely, you need to be responsive. Again, in the Row, we only focus on results, and that means being responsive. Why is responsiveness important? For starters, being responsive helps managers to effectively track the progress of any program that we're working on. It assists us in identifying scheduling issues before they occur, and it allows us to utilize the team's talents to their fullest potential, because we have things that need to get done and we need to report them. Why is responsiveness important again? No is better than I don't know. What does this mean exactly? I do love the man in the using the gesture there, basically saying, I don't know. So we need to report to DLI and other organizations all the time. And when a manager is asked by a customer or superior about a task that needs to be completed, it's far better for us to say that it's far better that it's not completed on time than to say, well, we're not sure. We do not want to say to them, we're not sure what's going on because folks have not been responsive. This does not make our teams look good. It does not make our company look good. Even if you have some negative issue to report, like something is delayed, or you have a personal issue, just let us know. We're here to help you, and we fully understand that life happens. Again, our goal is to support you as much as possible, but the only thing that will make a negative situation worse is to not let someone know. We will help you, but we can only help you if we know what's going on. And if people are not responsive, then we're not going to know what's going on. Being responsive is an attitude, and it comes with working remotely. And when you work remotely, you have a responsibility, and the responsibility is to be responsive. It's thoughtful and it's considerate to everyone. And again, it's an attitude and a mindset, but in order to be effective and efficient working remotely and in a results-only work environment, everyone needs to be responsive. So what is responsiveness exactly? Responsiveness is returning calls, emails, and text in a timely manner. Again, we understand that things happen in life, but we need you to be responsive and be able to get back to people when they need information. Responsiveness is professional, respectful, courteous, and it shows that you're a qualified professional and a qualified individual. Most importantly, responsive establishes trust. When people are not responsive, very often trust gets lost. And when trust gets lost, people don't do that good of a job, and we're not as effective and efficient as we need to be. Who are you responsive to? Well, you're responsive to DLI, coworkers, managers, inquiries, requests. Basically, the short answer is everyone. If people contact you, you need to respond. Responsiveness, management's responsibility is to be responsive to you, the subject matter experts, quickly. Subject matter experts, the expectation, again, expectation is that you will be responsive back to us. Time. Don't waste people's time. Responsiveness saves people's time. Very often, when there's a situation that arises and we don't want to waste people's times by maybe responding with 5 or 10 emails, very often a 5-minute phone call will save a lot of time and also will help any misunderstandings. So please be as responsive as possible, and it will stop wasting people's time. So what's the policy? Basically, we have a 12-hour rule. That's our policy. It's completely okay if you get an email or a communication from somebody to say, I'm very busy at the moment. Can we schedule a time to speak Monday morning at 10:00 Eastern Standard Time? Again, it's very important to give a clear time. Don't just say, I'll get back to you. Even if it's in days, you can just simply say, I will get back to you at 11 o'clock on Tuesday or 10 o'clock on Monday. You need to be very clear about that and set up a time. Silence is worrisome. Not hearing from you is much worse than missing a deadline. Because if we don't hear from you because you work remotely, something could be wrong. And we need to know if something's wrong so we can help you and support you. Our policy very clearly, if someone emails you, respond if possible within 12 hours. If someone texts you, it's probably more urgent because 99% of the time, someone's not going to text you. So response when it's convenient for you, but the sooner the better. If someone calls you and leaves a message, we would say call back as soon as possible, because if they're calling you, there's something really wrong that needs to be taken care of immediately. And again, looking at CPR, courtesy, professionalism, and respect. When you see responsiveness from a coworker or leaders, please recognize it. You know, a simple thank you for getting back to me so quickly goes a very long way. People really like to hear and get reinforced that, yes, I'm being recognized for being responsive. Disregarding coworkers, ignoring communication is disrespectful and unprofessional. And we need to follow up and clarify that everything is on track, and you need to be responsive for doing that. And responsiveness is really critical for creating relationship, trust, and a great rapport among the team and leadership. Establish communication patterns. What does this exactly mean? Well, coworkers and managers need to decide when is the best time for you to communicate. So for example, some people say, I really don't want to communicate on weekends. I have children, I have other things happening. This is completely understandable. Some people want to work on projects the entire weekend because that's when they have the free time, because they have a full-time job during the week and they want to work as much as possible on Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. There isn't a right answer. It what works for you and your teammates and for DLI. What's important is really to decide how the information should be shared so everyone can stay in touch. And again, these communication patterns should be set up as early as possible as professionals, and then set what's the right time, right boundaries for you, and then stick to them. Stay connected. As you can see from this diagram, there's many ways to stay connected. But in order to respond, you need to be available. Remember, Siri, Amazon, we get things, information 24 hours a day. You can't be responsive if you're not connected. Unexpected events. Things happen in life and in business. No one wants unexpected things to happen, but it's better to be ready when they do. So before an unexpected event happens, just think through some possible problems that could pop up and how would you respond. Very often, sometimes when things happen, an unexpected event, sometimes people react quickly and negatively. So things are going to happen, but it's important just to try to think through how would you react if something happens and what would be the best thing to do. I always try to look at it by asking myself, what good would it do for me to react in this way in contrast to that way? Responsiveness is necessary in business, period. You need to be ready, willing, and available to help when needed in order to be successful. You need to be respectful, mature, and professional. And just to go over the key concepts, again, being responsive is listening and caring for your fellow employees. If Siri and Amazon can be responsive, so can we. In a row, we focus on results. In order to have results, you have to have a positive attitude and you need to be responsive. Who responsive to? Basically everybody on the project. What is responsiveness? Getting back to people in a professional amount of time. Wasting time is something none of us want to do. The policy is if you receive an email, please try to respond within 12 hours. If you cannot talk immediately, set up a time when you can. Being professional, you understand how important responsiveness is, especially working in a row. You need to set up these communication patterns with everybody on your team and with leadership, and be ready for unexpected events, and realize in order to be successful in this program, responsiveness is necessary in business.
Thanks for completing this training module. If you look down below, you'll see a link to the quiz, and if that's not there, just let us know, and we'd be happy to help you out. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.